Coming up, we'll tell you about your local law enforcement officials chasing down alleged home invaders and arresting alleged drug users and dealers.
And we're going to tell you how your local law enforcement heroes receive recognition for their hard work and dedication.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Tamara Tate.
And I'm Zach Sachs. And a Thursday afternoon traffic stop in Valdosta has led to drug charges against the car's passengers. The traffic stop took place in the 1700 block of Ellis Drive after police say they saw a vehicle making an improper left turn. According to Lieutenant Aaron Kirk, after conducting the traffic stop, police officers seized 22 grams of marijuana and 3 grams of cocaine from the vehicle. But 28-year-old Shamario Bryant and 24-year-old Michael Groover were charged with possession of marijuana, possession of cocaine, as well as the intent to distribute both. Both men are currently awaiting trial in Lowndes County Jail.
How safe is your home? You might want to make sure your alarm systems are up to date after watching this story from news reporter Valdosta, Taylor Williams.
I'm standing outside of the police department where a robbery was reported on Friday night. 22-year-old Chelsea Grant reported a burglary in her home that occurred around 11 o'clock. The victim returned to her home to notice that her cell phone as well as expensive video games were taken. Police were able to make an arrest for the crime. They found 52-year-old Dorothy Smith on Saturday after neighbors reported seeing her flee from the crime. She was arrested and charged with burglary. Police were also able to recover the stolen cell phone at the time they made the arrest. There have been several different break-ins in the area, and police are urging that everyone lock their doors and make sure all of your alarm systems are working properly. This is Taylor Williams with News Valdosta. Back to you guys at the desk.
Valdosta police say they've received 2 calls reporting a telephone scam. Each time the caller announces himself as Lieutenant Kaufman with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. Each time the caller says the person being called has active warrants against them. The caller offers a solution for the victims by having the victim purchase a green dot card and a number for the victim to transfer the money to. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department is currently investigating this telephone scam that is making its way through the city and county.
Last Wednesday, Lowndes County Sheriff joined several other law enforcement agencies in a high-speed chase that began in Ray City. The chase began after law enforcement officials received a 911 call at 8:30 from a woman who came home to discover 2 men inside of her home. After the suspects reportedly threatened the victim with a gun, the victim quickly locked herself in the bathroom as suspects fled. Police said the suspect fled in a 4-door Jeep Wrangler and were reported as 2 male, 1 white, and 1 African American.
Shortly after the 911 call, a Barron County deputy spotted the vehicle that then attempted to escape officials while firing shots towards officers. Among responders, Lowndes County Sheriff's Department responded to the call for backup. Officers returned fire, wounding the suspect in the leg, and the chase was quickly brought to an end as law enforcement officials performed a pit maneuver. The officers from multiple jurisdictions and agencies apprehended 20-year-old Corey Lamont Kay and 22-year-old Jimmy Kyle Hooks, who were then taken to the Barron County Jail.
Several officers with the Valdosta Police Department were recognized last week for arresting offenders that were breaking into cars at Valdosta hotels. 5 city VPD officers were presented with challenge coins for the arrest of 2 men on September the 22nd. Valdosta Police Chief Brian Childers said challenge coins are a military tradition that has been adopted by the law enforcement, and the officers were said to have shown initiative, worked together, and helped solve 3 crimes on 1 call.
You're invited to the governor's upcoming High Demand Career Fair Initiative meeting for logistics. In January, Governor Deal created the High Demand Career Initiative. The purpose is to allow those involved in training Georgia's future workforce to hear directly from the private sector about what specific needs they have. The meeting is scheduled Thursday from 1 to 4 p.m. at Wiregrass Technical College in the Brooks Hall Conference Center.
Last Friday, City Manager Larry Hanson was sworn into the Georgia Department of Community Affairs Board by Governor Nathan Deal. The State Department of Community Affairs uses both state and federal resources to help communities create private jobs, implement planning, and generate affordable housing. Hanson's duties will begin in November when the board meets in Savannah.
When we come back, WinnDixie stores make a surprise announcement.
And find out more about the upcoming general election. Stay tuned.
Seven 7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
The grocery chain company Bilo says it's closed 2 Valdosta WinnDixie stores on December the 2nd. The closing stores are located at 2111 Bemis Road and 1715 Norman Drive. The closings are part of a cost-cutting move that will close 21 stores and then open 25 new and remodeled stores. The Norman Drive store closing is a surprise since the chain bought the former Harvey supermarket and reopened as a WinnDixie store just 2 months ago. The average number of jobs each store will have is 65. Altogether, that's about 130 jobs.
Today is the last day to register to vote in the November 4th general elections. To register, you can visit the Lowndes County Board of Elections office on Oak Street or download the Vote Georgia app for your smartphone. All you need to register is your state driver's license. You will not be eligible to vote unless you have registered. Early voting begins next Monday and will run through October 31st.
Lowndes County Schools will celebrate National Lunch Week all next week. The National Lunch Program began in 1946 and is one of the largest federal child nutrition programs, and it promotes the importance of healthy eating and physical activity.
Friends and family met at the Lowndes County Judicial Complex Square to take a stand with Ivana against leukemia on Saturday morning. This event was held to show support for 7-year-old Ivana Easley, who was diagnosed with leukemia a year ago. The event included music, live performances, and activities for children and adults. Attendees were asked to wear pink. All funds collected will assist the family with travel and medical expenses.
Motion Dance Studios will hold a Southern Tango Fling on Saturday, October the 11th. Dancers from all over the Southeast will join for an evening of tango dancing here in Valdosta. You don't need to worry about your partner or experiences for the event. The renowned instructor, Miss April Parker, will offer a free lesson that will cover all levels at 7 p.m. There will be an admission charged.
When we come back, Jordan Barella will give you a look at our upcoming weather.
Stay with us.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing you. Believe me, I'm good at it. But at some point, you're going to need to start pushing yourself.
See, once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell them. You can't change your past, but you can definitely change your future.
That makes me so happy, I'm ready to bust out a dance.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? My gentle technique isn't really working. You need something a little more
Persuasive.
yes.
You listen, and you listen good.
Hey, where's my sandwich? Terry? Terry!
Take it from me, the King DMC. It's a real cool thing to get your GED.
Get that diploma!
Now hold on and we'll find you free GED classes. Capiche?
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now it's time for a look at today's weather with Jordan Barella. Jordan, what's in the forecast?
Thanks, Zach and Tamara. Fall is officially here, and the Georgia weather actually matches the season. Today's forecast is a beautiful high of 79 degrees with sunny skies. There is a 0% chance of rain today also. The humidity is at 44% with light and moderate winds. Tonight will cool down even more with a low of 57 degrees. The skies will be partly cloudy and the humidity will rise to 72%. Surprisingly, the Georgia weather will not unexpectedly change to a different season like it is prone to do. Tomorrow's high will increase to only 84 degrees. The low tomorrow night will be 62 degrees, a minimal increase from the low tonight. It is safe to pack up the umbrellas as there is 0% chance of rain tomorrow, but the skies will be partly cloudy. The humidity will be at 62% during the day and 90% at night. Even with this beautiful fall weather, the UV index reads an 8 for today. This is high on the 12-point scale. Be sure to wear protective clothing, which is the perfect reason to break out the sweaters. The pollen count is very high today, even with the crisp fall air. Be sure to take caution when it comes to allergies and take all appropriate medication before enjoying the fall weather. That's it for the weather forecast today. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. When we come back, Jennifer Dandrin has our rundown on local sports.
So stay with us.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate.
Volunteer. Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
What will you find at Valdosta State University?
Challenging academics.
Innovative hands-on experience. Over 100 fields of study.
Engagement in a vibrant community.
Caring mentors and friends. Service and leadership opportunities.
Championship athletics.
The full university experience
at Valdosta State University.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Jennifer Dandrin for the local sports report. Jennifer.
Thanks, Zach. It was a busy weekend for sports, so let's kick it off today's sports report with the cat fight in Camden. The undefeated Valdosta Wildcats traveled to Camden County Friday night, where they clawed their way to a region victory with a score of 13-10. The Camden County Wildcats had a total of 166 yards for the first half versus Valdosta's 12. VHS came out of the locker room like a different team for the second half of the game, racking up 184 yards with 134 of them being pass completions. Not only did Valdosta's offense step up their post-halftime game, but so did their defense. The VHS defense held Camden to just 96 yards during the second half. Along with stopping the Camden County offense, Valdosta stopped their opponents from scoring any more points. Thus far, Valdosta has only allowed their challengers a total of 20 points this entire season. This is the first time Valdosta has beaten Camden since 1995. From a cat fight in Camden, we move to a valiant effort at Southland Academy. The Valwood Valiants football team beat Southland Academy Raiders 22-15 on Friday night. Things started to pick up after a scoreless first quarter. Less than 1 minute into the second quarter, Valwood Valiant Parker Bonner connected with Anthony Falkerts for a 10-yard pass into the corner of the end zone. The Valiants led 14-7 at halftime. After another scoreless quarter, Valiant Tyler Richards intercepted a Raiders pass that resulted in the Valiants increasing their score 22-7. With 25 seconds left, the Raiders tacked on 8 more points, bringing the final score to 22-15. Valwood hosts Westwood this Friday for homecoming. The Terrell Academy Eagles fell to the Georgia Christian Generals on Friday night. The Generals swooped the victory with a score of 26-13. This is the Generals' third consecutive win, giving them a record of 4-2. GCS shut out the Eagles during the first half of the game. Going into the break, the Generals led 14-0. Prior to Friday night's game, the Eagles averaged 35 points per game, scoring no fewer than 27 points. The Generals host Piedmont Academy this Friday, the last game before Region 3A play begins. Transitioning from high school to college ball, Valdosta State had a bye week. They will resume conference play Saturday against longtime rival, the University of West Georgia. The West Georgia Wolves are coming to town playing for the Peach Basket after a major upset over North Alabama this past weekend. VSU currently has 2 wins and 2 losses. They are 0 for 2 in conference play. The Blazers look to light up the field and blaze a trail to victory against the Wolves this Saturday at 2 in Bazemore-Hyder Stadium. That's all we have for sports today. Let's take it back to the desk.
Thanks, Jennifer. When we come back, we will look at how 3 local nurses are showing leadership in the community.
And we're going to tell you how you can shop with a cop. Don't go away.
Danse, balance la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion. I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness. I like balance.
That's why I chose
Division 2.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Every year, the March of Dimes recognizes nurses who demonstrate exceptional patient care, compassion, and service in Georgia. 3 nurses at South Georgia Medical Center have been selected by their peers based on clinical excellence and leadership competencies. The nominated nurses include Shaniqua Please, Tom Calabro, and Whitney Howell. The awards will be presented at a gala event on November 1st in Atlanta.
The Valdosta Police Department has announced it's the 10th annual Shop with a Cop event to be held on Monday, December 22nd. This program was designed to brighten the holiday season for some local children who would otherwise receive very little or nothing for the Christmas holiday. To qualify, the child must live within Lowndes County, be between the ages of 4 and 11 years old, be referred by a law enforcement officer, and have not been previously selected. The event consists of the children going to the Super Walmart at 3274 Inner Perimeter Road and shopping with an officer using donated funds. That's our program for today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Tamara Tate.
I'm Zach Saxon. We'll see you again tomorrow.